Well, greetings and currently good morning as I'm going live right now. Hope all of you travelers are doing well today. We are going to refine our monitor technique, or we're going to at least attempt to. So I hope you got the action pants on and charged up a little bit. And as always, I hope whatever time of day it is for you and whatever it is you might be doing, well, I hope it's going good. All right, so we're going to try and refine our technique for some of the monitors here. And then I will try to do some form of a mildly proper tutorial, which will still probably be done live. But I figured this is what I'm working on at the moment. Why not just kind of hang out and work on it together? All right, so I'm going to have to start fresh in a moment, but we have a platform set up for our extendo screen, our curved monitor, and I've been trying to figure out, a nice more basic way to do the singular monitor, and we're getting closer. I finally figured out a few little things here and there. Not perfect. It's very difficult for me to get this perfect due to some of it at the moment needs to be done manually placed. So I'm trying to get this as much as I can to be, something that is relatively snappable. But once you get the monitor in place, the problem becomes the casing and hiding the bits and pieces that, you don't want people to look at. Thank you very much, Gamma Wolf. We're getting a little closer on. I wish this would get fixed. I keep trying to reload because I started this morning and everything loaded in color-wise the way it should be. But I'm really stoked with this kind of long, extended monitor. It's kind of a neat look, and we have gotten much better at our technique, thankfully. But there are differences because in order to make this one, you have to start doing some angles and your reference positions become different. It's really, really important, unfortunately, to have and if they change this, it's going to be heartbreaking, but it's very, very important to have your legacy build parts, the original build parts if you can. I will try to figure out a way to do this if you don't, but it's going to be considerably more difficult to get accurate as you're doing it. So we're going to start off today by revising the singular monitor, which will be the singular rectangular, the longer version, which at this point I'm getting really close to something that is, much better aligned. Yeah, so I don't know, Gamma, maybe it's just, maybe this is just me noticing this particular bit, but I notice when I first start, it seems to be okay. But then if I decide to do a reload, then everything goes wonky. So I don't know why that might be. Oh, pardon me. But I've definitely noticed that I'll load in and I'm like, oh hey, we don't get all the weird funky coloring. And then I'll do something, I'm like, man, I gotta save or I gotta reload or something, right? So I'll reload and then it gets all weird. Oh, that's awesome, Gamma. Definitely. We could even maybe do that on stream if we need a break, if you would like to. Why the heck did I put that there? Uh, so let's get on with the trying to revise all of this. And I built a little structure around it just so it wasn't just floating there, you know. And Gamma, my memory sometimes is amazing, and then other times complete garbage. It's kind of funny, actually. Um, but uh, you're on which system, and are we already friends on some level? Yeah, exactly, Gamma. Um, I'll start in and all my black coloration, and here's a good example. This is actually gray and black, but it's now it's white. This is gray and black. All the flooring in here is gray and black. Oh, okay. Well, Gamma Wolf, KDog777. Send me a friend request, please. And then we can do some share play. You know, I can allow you to walk around in my city if you would like. Okay, so I figured out something this morning actually while trying to revise this. I found kind of a center point for the front of the screen, and in order to encase it, now unfortunately, since I've moved my reference, I now have to think of how I'm going to um, get the actual screen portion in there. So that's been kind of you probably already know that, don't you, Gamma? So the hardest part so far, honestly, has been enclosing the screen so that you don't see all of the. Yes, KDOG, and I believe it's a lowercase. If not, it might be an uppercase, and then 777. Hold on. Might even, if I enter somewhere, it might say so and so has entered a structure. Oh, your base structure entered. Okay. Um, all right. So I apologize. There's so many little bits and pieces to try to revise this, so I've been kind of losing my brain a little bit. All right, now, couple of things that to keep aware of, depending on where you want the front of the screen to be. And what I consider the front of the screen, and if we look at our floral containment unit here, I consider the handle to the right to be the front. If you turn this around, it has those back light arms, if you will, that curve over. And I prefer the nice clean look. You can use either one you want, but I think if I remember correctly, if you use this side, it's a little bit darker. So, if you want this, say, this is the interior of our build, right? We're just going to do some hypotheticals here right now. Alright, this is the interior of our build. So we would like the monitor to be here. And we could potentially put it right here, actually. But then, obviously, it's going to stick out the back, or it's going to, you're going to have to cover that if there's, more room, if you have a little more square footage. So when you're looking at the electrical connector, what's actually happening is you're looking at the back of that. You're looking at the back. So if I were to take that screen, and what I mean, you know what I mean by now, all right? And I'm looking and I'm drawing my wire from that point, and I'm looking at it, right? Now when I place it, when I place it, notice how we're looking at the back side, okay? So, depending on which side you're trying to get it at, you got to keep that in mind. So I want my screen interior here, okay? like it's a control panel for this over here for some reason. So I need to put this in from the other side. Okay, does that make sense? Lava lamp. Totally understandable, lava. Don't worry, I'm just kind of noodling this out and revising it live so that, you know, if somebody sees something I'm not, they can help point it out. Have to show you again or tell you my online name again? Oh, I just screwed that up. Okay, so I'm going to set my tether point because I want the screen to face interior. Now, I could have the screen here, and we'll get into a little bit of that later, but I'm just trying to get, you know, as accurate as I can. And with every one of these, as I've stated in the past, it is situational. You know, did you already build something and now you're trying to put something in? Are you trying to get something at a certain height? Are you trying, you know, so the multiple sort of techniques that have, you know, led me to where I am now are actually very useful when, yes, you are correct, Gamma. And it should be like a blue flaming skull icon of, if you found the right one, because I believe there might be more than one. Okay, so we've set our tether point, and now we're going to grab our air quote monitor. We're going to draw that in here. Okay, and now what we're looking for reference for this particular setup is we're going to come down to the floor panel, and we're going to look for this reference right here. Okay, so you have the double dash, and then another double dash, and then another double dash in the edge of the floor. So we're going to go into the middle one of this, and we're going to drop this down to the bottom, okay? And try to keep, you know, find your reference, you know, do you want to be here, do you want to be here, but make sure you just always hit that same point, okay? So we're going to drop this down as soon as I can stop squirming around, and we're going to pop that in there like so. Now, I've already set this up, all right? Because if you don't, you have to set this up ahead of time. And the way to do that I've, at the moment anyway, is starting on this side, because you can actually phase in due to the collision bubble. This side, for some reason you can't. One of the sides you can, one of them you can't. I believe it's this side you can, and the other side you can't. Wait, hold on, we'll find out actually right now. I apologize. Oh. So yeah, I'm sorry. So you'll see, yeah, see how this side phases in, okay, because of the collision. You can get this in there a lot easier, right? So what you would do is you would start with this size, and you would bring, you know, I could even bring this out a little bit further if I wanted, but you would try to get this line to be on the edge of this here. And let's, you know what, let's redo it while we're here. Why not? We have our tether point set up. Oh, I should have waited on that. This can get, as I say all the time, fiddly. Very, very fiddly. So again, we're going to hit our tether point. We're going to come down to this double dash here. Get nice and centered. Pop our screen in. Now I'm going to get rid of these here for now, okay? And if you delete the floor panel underneath and come up from underneath it, you can actually get at the part and delete it out of the collision bubble. Alright, so now that we have that, what we're going to do is get rid of these walls because we don't need them at the moment. We're going to come over to the non-handled side, We're going to grab whatever you're going to use and as a covering, and I start with a short wall. Now we're going to try and get that as centered as possible and as lined up as possible. Now here's the manual portion that I haven't figured out a snappable or tetherable method yet. But what I've done so far is I just kind of take this line and see this this edge here where they keep going over, and I kind of try to get, and you can do, you know, again, you want to come out, you can do whatever you want because now we're dealing with aesthetics. So, you know, if you can, drop down, get your camera as close as you can, just so you can get your reference. Conflicted Gaming. I haven't posted the Share Play Tour yet, but I think Gamma Wolf and I may try that in a little bit. No worries, Gamma. Take your time. I mean, I'd said, like, you know, when I need a break, we will do this. We will give it a shot. So you're kind of going, see how that, see this line right here? The center line of the floor, and then the other one, those two lines. That's kind of your center point. I'm going to try with all my might to try and line this up the best as I can. We're going to come in, we're going to back that out to about that line right there. Alright. And then we're going to just take a peek at it. And then we need to see where this is going to fold over, right? So we're going to drop this in. And that has a nice coverage, gives us a little bit of a lip. And that looks pretty good. It looks relatively in line and straight. So we'll call that good, all right? So now what we need to do is we need to remove this. But before we do, we're going to look, kind of just see where everything is lined up. And it looks like this line and our center line are nice and lined up. And we're going to bring that right up to that. See how that's right up to this line here. We're going to do that on the other side. Oh, we're going to, first we need to remove this. I apologize. So we're going to remove that. Find our, you know, the most appropriate camera angle we can. Get it as flush as possible. And this is the fiddly bit, which doesn't have to be perfect, if I'm to be 100% honest here. It just has to look good. The screen portion, on the other hand, that you want to get as perfect as you can make it. This, as long as it's covering all the bits to, you know, hide and offer the illusion of it being a screen. But again, you want to, you know, do as to the best of your ability. So then once we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to just do a check. We're going to fold these two over. And we'll see here how this one is slightly forward. So what we could do, one of them is slightly forward. We're going to move this one again. Boom. Can't see a darn thing. And this is kind of where everything is a little bit of a drag because of the coloration. You start to lose reference because of the light and shadow issues and the coloring issue. So this gets a little funky, the case, I will be honest. Lava, you've seen the extender screen at this point, I would imagine, yeah. Everything looks like it should be where it is, but it's not. This game sometimes can be funky. And the minute you do anything, and this you are on free placement, so you're subject to every little movement. I mean, the best way, honestly, to do it would be, to find a way to snap this, to nudge that in, but I haven't been able to kind of figure that out yet. Actually, wait a minute. Again, this is me trying to revise this, so. And actually, let's do this. I have another idea. Let's put that in here. Let's split the floor in half, because we know that we are pretty much in a halfway placement with that screen now. So if I do this, right, and we take our screen, this kills me, this whole rendering thing. It's making it difficult to build. It's very distracting. If you're trying to get your colorations, which is a good portion of your build, it's just getting the proper color. Right on, Conflicted. No worries. Totally understand. Enjoy your dinners. Family first. I understand. Alright, so now we can kind of see that we have a great middle, right? Got a nice cutover section, lines up right here. So now, actually, this is even better. Alright, I did this earlier. And apparently I deleted that floor. Alright, so now we have this, right? Which, if we take a look on the other side, it's going to get a little funky. If we snap it, we're going to have a big gap, but we're going to take care of that in a little bit. Alright? Alright, so now what we're going to do, again, now we have to go to the non-handle side. I really hope they can fix it. I'm going to be bummed if they can't. Alright, so now we're going to free place this again. This time we're going to look for some different reference. We're going to say, because we need something we can see when we're, when we remove that. So we could bring this out, say, to here. That looks good. See that first line we're encountering right there. We can do, some checks on whether or not we're right up to that line. Bring it, up to the front. That looks pretty good. Bring it up to the front of that short wall. Now we're going to... Oop, stop moving. Again, fiddly. And the case, it's the case. And I figure if we build the casing first, then we can figure all the rest of it out, interior of that. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to move this out of our way. And again, it's just the case. We don't need to be perfect, but it sure would be nice. But my main goal is just to try to get a nice frame, if you will. All right. On freighters, I'm not sure what we're talking about here. Now, this is going to change heights. You're going to have to keep that in mind, too. Don't forget. See how things are, even though we're snapped in all of these positions, right? When we're looking from one side to another, things change. You know, I wonder if it has something to do with... It does, which it shouldn't. All right, so now we have the beginnings of our framework, right? And obviously we're going to have a step here. You can see also that this one's a little bit more forward than the other one is. And this is what I mean by, like, it just, things never seem to ever line up the way that they're supposed to. See what I mean? Like, you see it in one way and then you place it and it's off. Hey, Keys, what's going on? So you really are kind of subject to a lot of wackiness here. So the best thing to do, honestly, is just hope. If I am to be 100%, it's really just hope. Luck. Luck. Oh, yeah, I noticed that there was some patching on that. I was really mad about that. I saw you do that. I saw that, and I was like, damn, that's awesome. I got to try that. And then I went to go do some stuff, and they freaking patched the crap out of it. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. Now I can't do a bunch of stuff. At least they were still allowing us to get out of the freighter with the camera, because that is a huge thing in itself. All right, so we're gonna attempt with this. All right. See, look at that. What the Forkenheimer? I'm like on all the same reference, yet it's different. And a lot of this, I think, is phasing as well. You know, the way the floor and everything works. And all right. Again, try to get it as good as you can, but you're probably going to end up with some some stuff. And the best way to actually see that is do this, do that. And then oddly enough, even though that all looks wonky, look at the fold over here and the lines are matched up. Okay, so you just have to sort of trust your instincts with this. No way, they took the wire out completely? A son of a flurg. I mean, you can see we're a little off here, but big deal, right? All right, now we know we actually have a good case. Something we can work with. All right? That's a good start. Oh, that sucks. They got to figure freighter building out, man. Because freighters, like, the only reason I started working on the freighter that time was, you know, we got all the new freighter building parts, you know, from the derelict freighter stuff. But, you know, being able to get the camera outside was definitely clutch. And then the wire just gave you options because it's so limited on the freighter, and it shouldn't be. I mean, you can move a base computer now. You move a base around with your freighter. Should have the same building options and palette as you do on the ground. And then being able to add in the cuboid rooms to break, you know, the plane, to put in windows, for example. It's I hate when they do stuff and it's like, no. I mean, who knows? That might be a sign of new freighter stuff. You know, we may get new freighter stuff. That might be temporary. It might be something that, like, all right, we gotta nerf this for now, but you know, we're gonna do this instead. I mean, we've seen that happen a few times here. Hey, JC, what's going on? Well, some of us can't afford the thousands of dollars to do a computer setup either. Hell, I couldn't even afford the PlayStation. My amazing coworkers got it for my birthday. They all chipped in and got this for my birthday. Believe me, if I could afford a good gaming computer, I would probably do both, to be honest. I still like to, you know, much like Beeble and Chris Cross, you know, I want to build something that, because most people play this on console, I believe. I think so, Gamma. I'm really thinking so. You know, I want to be able to make stuff that anyone can make, you know, without having to have a computer. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to drop in our screen to see what we have for our foldo, you know, our casing. So again, we're going to come down to the back side of the floor panel. We're going to go to this mark right here, and we're going to drop in our screen. I mean, if they enhance freighter building, that would be great. Oops. Or you're going to miss your glitch like I just did. Because, I mean, yeah, I get, you know, a lot of people, I mean, building, it's supposed to be, at least in my mind, a creative thing, you know, and to be limited on what you can do in an environment. And I get there are limitations to the game, don't get me wrong, but PC players have proven this time and time again that you can do everything on a freighter that you do on terrain, and it stays stable. Flying Brian, what's going on? So, all right, we're off here. We need to bring that in, apparently. Where am I on this one? Oh, I'm on the inner one. That's why. Okay. Shoot. I forgot to move it to the outer one. Okay. There we go. And again, just try to trust your instincts. Why it does what it does and how it renders how it does is, weird. So just kind of trust your instincts on this part. You have no choice but to. All right, so that went a little bit more forward. I'm going to go off of that one that we have over there because that one was put in decently. And it's seriously a frickin' pain to do this part. Now, you don't have to be obsessive. It just makes it look more believable. I don't know if that's going to be proper or not. Now we don't see where our other bit is, so that's not going to work. We're just trying to find a good reference. And perspective with camera, up and down on the build camera would be really great. I'm going to drop that there. We're going to come down, take a look, and see how far off we are. That needs to go a little more forward. It'd be nice if there was something on the floor I could use as well, but I don't see anything. Ugh. And I do apologize for all this bit. This is, again, fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. But I'm just trying to get it so it's not like an obvious, fold. Like you don't Alright, that looks good. Well, it may look good from there, but we may put in our next pieces and go, oh, what happened there? Yeah, exactly. What the hell happened? But we're gonna, oof, yeah. You could try to do a move with this, but it's really not worthwhile. So we're still trying to stay in plane with one of them. We're seeing how much of a difference we have here. That could just be a twist. But see that light, like, because the floor panels aren't rendering the way that they should, everything is just so wacky. It makes it really difficult to do any sort of hand placement. Um, because you lose all your reference. You know, the light changes everything, and, alright, how bad are we? Jeez Louise. Again, we are trying to refine this. Alright, let's get a better reference set. If we can. I can't see a damn thing. Alright, let's do here. Do the center line. That way we don't have to go very far. Yeah, we can use the center line here. Try not to go too far. I think. Who knows? This is manual placement hell. What the? And one's higher than the other a little bit too, isn't it? Yeah. Well, one's crooked, definitely. Alright, this one's off. Again. And welcome to trying to figure out a technique. 101, patience. Proper camera angles, which again, up and down on the build camera would help tremendously. Alright. That's as close as we're getting. I ain't messing around no more. Okay. Sam Vines, Sins Arcade, Flying Brian, Gamma Wolf. Thank you guys for hanging out. JC Basket, by the way, as well. And Lava, I don't know if you're still here. I know you had to get going, but At some point you couldn't stay too long. All right. Now, thankfully, we can kind of, we see obviously we got a twist, right? But without that and what you're looking at, one more time, take all of this with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? You're gonna have some blah diddy blah blah blah. I can't even figure out the proper. You're gonna have some wonkiness. Things are gonna look straight. They're not gonna look straight. Your reference is gonna be weird. It's your depending on your camera angles. But you're just trying to make it look as good as possible. All right. Gummy bear, yeah, right? I'm eating freeze-dried coffee ice cream with goodness added. And it is pretty darn wonderful, actually. See, and it'd be a lot easier for me to gain reference if I didn't have that giant menu in my face. And better. Consistent looking. Do you know what I mean? At least that looks consistent. No worries. I totally understand you. Okay. So, this is it so far. All right. If you want your screen facing in towards the room, you set your tether on the inside of the room. You then set your screen and get whatever phase distance you would like. This, I think, works well. Then you fumble around for a little while until you finally get this. Then you can delete that and that. And you can now, just to see how things look, grab that. Come down to this marking here. Drop in the screen. And you should have something that looks like that. Then we're going to take our short wall. And again, whatever one you feel like using. We're going to place that in on this side. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Just to see what we have. Boom and boom. Okay, nice. Now we have our base, right? And we are in line with the floor, which means everything else after here, we could pretty much cover that up. Oh, thank you, Sin. Good idea. Good thinking. See, this is why I love having people like, oops, not that, hang out in HUD scale. There we go. Oh, much better. Oh, much better. Thank you. I totally forgot about that. Although, as I zoom out, that looks like it gets bigger, doesn't it? So, everyone get that? The screen itself is kind of on the center line. It is, the base of it is on the center line. Then this protrudes past it. All right? But our casement now is in such a way where we're not hanging outside of our build. Yes, it's a little bit off. Yes, there is going to be some height things. But if you're just concerned about using the front of the screen, it really doesn't matter. Because when you drop your wall in here, that will be covered. Right? So now it doesn't stick outside the back of the wall. And now you finish your, and then your case carries back. And we could even bring this back further so that it does carry back further even. But just to kind of see what we have, if we put a wall here, that blends in actually really well. So boom, you've now hidden the side. If we could get rid of that, which we can, we drop in our our sidewall on that like so. Which actually doesn't look that good there. Or what you do is you just carry through a casement, or and that doesn't work either, so we're going to get rid of all that. There's always ways to hide things, you just have to kind of think. But we also do have, but we can put it back. Actually, that's not a big deal at all. Let's do that. Oh, no, wait, you're right here. So here is a halfway point and lower, okay? So, what happens if we do this? All right, we're still covering screen. If we go up one more, we are covering screen. Okay. All right. Or we continue on with this, which is still going to leave us what? Something that we don't want necessarily. No, that works. Okay, yep. It still works. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because we don't lose the roundness. That round edge is kind of what makes the look. You know what I mean? All right, perfect. There we go. All right, so now we have our encased monitor. All right, then we keep that rounded look, which is nice. Once you get the poster in there, that highlights that more. We are a little bit higher here. All right. The other thing we could do is we could bring this down, and we did this before, we start lower. Thank you very much, Sin. I appreciate that. We're getting close. I'm at 897. We're almost only 100 away. Oh, I lost one. 896. It always happens. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I can't seem to win here. I have a feeling I will never quite get there. All right, so that's good. But what level are we on? All right, let's see here. So if we go from the middle, we could probably drop that down. It doesn't really matter. Now we're just interior, right? So whatever roofing we're going to use should cover that. Wait, I forgot. We did something. We did this. This should now actually work. since we cut the floor in half, we just bring this up. Then we bring that in like so. Now we have a neat encasement there. So what we would need to do here, and that's oddly off, we need to cut the floor again, I think, like so. Let's see here. And again, it really, and again, and again, and again, and again. It really helps to have the legacy parts. And I would probably do, the way I'm seeing it now is it's build the case first. You got to get your, at least the borderline of your case. There we go. Okay. So now this can be, this could probably even be removed. Well, let's keep some holding pattern here first. Oh. Every once in a while, it'll catch here, but you may you may find it easier to do something different here. Oh, see it, right there. I mean, we could remove this too, you know, but I want to see where the roofing lies. I mean, we have our tether point set up. We know where we're going with that. That is, you know, pretty much finalized at this point. So, yeah, let's get rid of that. Now we're gonna, we know we can get rid of that because we got folders. Then we can bring our screen back in. Because we've got our tether point set up. Drop down in here. Yeah, you know, I'm hopeful, but I'm also realistic. This I would actually now remove you, so we get our right and proper reference. And now we're going to, again, go down to here. Drop that in, hopefully. And then we'll get to see where the roof cuts over. That's good there. And if I add another one to that after, I'm curious as what we're going to get. It's going to be too low. Okay, that's what I sort of thought. But we might be able to drop that. Yeah, okay. So Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. Let's drop you 1. Then bring you in. You're too low. Okay. Oh, and I deleted the screen. So it looks like we can bring that in, but dropping it, we either do it a manual way or we just drop it. We just keep what we have, and we can hide some other stuff in another way. So let's do that. They would never. It's a nice thought, but they would never do that. They don't watch me. I'm not watching. What I do, they don't care. I'm not a big enough name. I guess name. Like Beeple Zane. I still haven't hit 1,000 subscribers. Once we get the singular monitors thing figured out completely, we'll then move on to this one, which we got pretty far on the other one, but there's still some tweaking that needs to be done with the case. So we're going to try to figure out the case on this, and then we can just drop in the monitors and everything else, hopefully. We'll see. Because a lot of this one would have to be each one of these. Oh wow, that would be a pain. Each one of these would have to have its own casement, and then stripped out all the side of it just so that all the front. Oh god, that's going to be a nightmare. Let's try and find a way to do that one after. That's gonna no. All right, so oh, thank you. I appreciate the comment there. All right, so again, to repeat, let's start from the beginning. Just kind of refresh our minds. Set your tether point interior so that your screen faces interior. Place in a screen. On the side, get this lined up to this line here, and try to reference this. Split the floor in half. Add in your center bar. Okay. Just to have for reference. That's pretty much what we've done at this point. Okay. These are going to be higher, so this is going to end up being your case. Now, we could strip all this away and put a wall there, right? You just drop a wall, strip all this. Hold on. Give it a cleaner look. Cut your part down. Cut your part count down. Blah, blah, blah. So we just do something like this. Then we drop in that. Get rid of. I'll move you over to here now. Now we have a wall. But you could also do something else, and I'll show that after. I just thought of something. I hate when I do that. It gets to be really distracting. It's like, I'm trying to figure this out. Let me do that, please. Uh, Stop thinking about things, Brandon. All right, now we have, instead, now we have walls, which I think will look nicer. I mean, again, this is aesthetics, you know? Oh, Dice, what's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, HD knows who I am. Um, you know, but they don't. It's not like they watch me on a regular basis. Beeble builds, you know, and has a much bigger following. Beeble's much smarter than I am. You know, has more incisive things to say. I, you know, I guess I am more of an experimenter. I guess. You know, I do occasionally build stuff that become things. It does happen, I swear. But you know, they know who I am. I mean, yes, they know who I am because I've been doing this forever. I was featured in a couple of the update trailers. You know, back in the day, the Time Machine build was at the end of, I think, uh, the Bite Beat one, and then I wasn't featured in another trailer. I don't think it was just after the Bite Beat. I built this cube and this thing around it, you know, this alien kind of cube, and they highlighted that as one of the ones that they liked. But honestly, I don't think anyone was really doing anything with it at the time, and I just happened to be one of the people who posted. So they saw it on in Twitter, but you know, so and this was years ago at this point. You know, and so many more, and so many much more amazing builders are out there, you know, doing some really incredible stuff. The stuff I see these days, I'm like, damn, why do I keep doing this? But then the other half of me is like, damn, I've been doing this for a long time, and you know, my whole goal initially, and still is today, was to draw attention to this portion of the game and show that you could do more than just build a farm, you know, build a box. You could, you know, use techniques that I was taught, you know, back then and now have been refined, and the game has changed and the building mechanic has changed and blah, blah, blah. You know, but to show that you don't have to look at the parts the way that they are. You look at the shapes, you look at elements of them, hide parts. And I've been hiding things and doing crazy. I wish I hadn't, on some levels, I wish I hadn't deleted my original channel. Because one, I'd probably be at 1,000 subscribers now. Two, more importantly, is there were some old builds that I had on, you know, video that had some, you know, when before we got this amazing new build mechanic, some, you know, to kind of show the progression of what I've been doing over the years. But enough about me. I don't like talking about this sort of thing. Always makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm doing all right. Oh, nice. Right on, Dice. We'll head to the city in a minute, and I'll show you my vending machine. And these are my, I guess, a version of a micro build. They're a decorative item. But yeah, I've been checking out all those micro builds. They're really, really neat. Tea bags, man, is doing something that I'm definitely going to be touring, and I'm gonna hope. I think I'm going to add in a vending machine there once I get things figured out a little bit more, because the stuff he's doing is really neat, and I don't want to put a sloppy looking vending machine in there. You know, the two I have in my city are pretty good, but I'm starting to figure out some technique here, and I think I might be able to apply it to the vending machine. Okay, anyway, so we split the floor, did we not? We have a split floor here. Yeah. So now, oh, but we have to split that floor because we're off? Yes. Alright, so now we're going to split the floor with that, and do that, and say ha ha ha. We're going to delete it. There we go. Now we're going to split the floor. Why am I splitting the floor? I don't, oh, to put the roof in. Alright, so that lines up better. Alright, so if you're here, yep, that's going to line up there. Then we bring that up a little bit. Like, why do you only snap on one side, sort of? You're kind of weird. So we'll use a wall instead. And that. Okay, there we go. That's why we split the wall. Which is gonna be a little funky. Now, actually, then we do this. That's why. Yes. No? What does that look like on the interior? Yes, that's why we did that. Okay. Alright, I'm not as much of an idiot as I thought I was. Alright. There's that. And now we can also do this. And do that to cover up our craziness. Okay. Oh, but that really covers up our craziness. Alright. Oh, I liked the wire there. Interesting. Alright. So we're going to split that, and then we're going to we're going to have to hide it if we want that as a decorative thing. Okay. I watch Beebs mostly for techniques, but I watch you for creativity. There aren't many people out there who can match you for creative ways to combine parts. Man, thank you. I appreciate that. It would be cool to add the bubble tube into the build, but it's... Yeah, I found the best way to work with the bubble tubes. And actually, we should go there. I haven't seen what it looks like in a while, and I'm curious to see if the terrain is going back in. Oh, I know what we could do to cover that. Probably. I mean, we can move it forward, you know, but then you're going to have a gap in the back. Just keep that in mind. I'm just trying to keep it flush here. So it's really about getting this far with it. And then the rest is kind of up to you. Because it's really decorative decisions from this point on. So once you have your sides in, then you just have to figure out, you know, how to do the rest. Depending on the part, how thick the part is. You know, we could go to, I think it's this line. And that brings you, ooh, you know what? That's probably better. But again, it's where do you want it? You know what I mean? Like here, if I bring it to that line, we're interior, but now we have to build, you know, now we have an entire wall. It really, see, this is what I mean. It's really up to you on what you're trying to achieve. You could do a double side monitor. You could, you know, place this in here now and, cover it this way. And yeah, I mean, see what I'm saying? I mean, there's so many possibilities, you know, and then hide this with, something else, or because this isn't a full floor width, you have to try to figure out the best way to deal with stuff. Really, it's like, how do I hide this? What's the best method? And there is there a best method at this point? I don't know. You know. So now your interior, right? Now you don't have to worry about anything. Now we're just gonna, we could now keep that there. Uh, my old muscle memory for building is somewhat perturbing at times. Do that. And then carry that in. And throw in that. Or turn something sideways if you really wanted to. And now you are completely hidden. You are seamed. The extra wires look killer. There you got it. Okay, that's how to do this portion of it. Build the case. Jen Short Stuff, what's going on? You've been trying to add the bubble part into the screen. Oh, so yeah, the reason the bubble part in the screen is really difficult is the curve, where the curve becomes sort of the issue with that. So, this might be interesting. Is that normal where that sits? I guess it is. It's on the outside or interior. Oh yeah. Oh no, wait. Huh? Where does that sit? Where do you normally sit? It must be there. Oh no, it's on top here. So what's different over here? What am I working off of? Oh, I know what I'm working off of. Okay, I'm working off of that. So now if I bring you in, however. Yeah. Okay, I see. So we're lower than we should be there, or something along those lines. So we'd be taking in off of, alright, I see what we're doing. But either way, it works, I'm not disappointed with it by any means. And then, if we just drop you here, where you normally go, but then, yeah. Bring this down. Yeah, that actually adds a neat little element to kind of give you, but if you're trying to stay, that's still actually not bad right there. Yeah, I like that actually. I like that, how it lowers down to that. No, I like that. That works. And you can still, from the outside, have it appear normal, but interior, and you could even, all this is still going to carry out, but it adds a nice little sort of element, which you could, if you wanted, again, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You could add in, something to cover that gap. This kind of throws in here. Now we've created a little room. Do that on each side. That's a little funky weird, but let me see here. Yeah, that's centered. That looks good. But yeah, I like that. It's not bad at all. But see, I mean, bing, bang, boom. The best method is trial and error, thinking out of the box, and knowing when to walk away and let your creation mature or shine before touching it up. Embrace your poor choices as learning opportunities. Exactly. And why I stream the way I do. You know, so say you wanted to just keep that, which still looks really good, actually. And this depth, this added depth really helps, I think, the way the light shines there. All right, so we know how to do all this now. Boom, right? We've gotten that far on the singular monitor. And it's all pretty much snapped. The only part that isn't, but now we have reference of where everything belongs because the screen is fully scaled. This is full scale. And nice, you can have a bot at the side of the screen or add an NPC to the side. Yeah, you could actually, you know. I mean, there's so many, you know, now we know, you know, dropping a short wall and then putting a floor underneath it gives you your platform to bring things from below into it. But the, you know, the major thing here is done, right? Like the majority of all this. Yes, it does take up, a box, a full floor panel for AC, but you can, you know, you don't have to, you know, suffer with just one screen. Right? If you want to utilize your space a little better, really just, um, oops. All right, now we can utilize our space more, and now we have, and actually this is nice too. Kind of cleans it up a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me think about this for half a second. Where are you? Thank you. You're going to fight me tooth and nail, but that's okay. I'm expecting that. I mean, there's so many decorative things, but the main portion of this case is the sides and the screen itself. And here you would probably want to do something later. Yeah, see that? No, that doesn't look good. And I'll show you after. All right, so we got the basics. We got everything in here we need. We got our wall. We're trying to do a particular look here, so we're going to keep what we had going on. Now comes the tricky part. What? That wasn't the tricky part? No, I'm afraid it was not. The tricky part is this, and we're going to keep all this stuff empty for now. We're going to put our floors back in. something. Good. You know what, Gamma Wolf? You just gave me an idea. That would be killer. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know if that would work. Oh, Gamma, you're a genius, homie. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, yeah, we're going to try that as soon as, yes, we're going to just try that now. Oh, that's such a great idea. Oh, 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 Gamma, you sly dog. Oh, damn. What an idea, what an idea, what an idea. Oh, you brilliant, brilliant bastard. Oh. Oh. Will it work? Will it work? It should work. Oh, that's going to be a little fiddly, but it should. We're going to need to get a height and a depth. Oh, look at you with the ideas. Oh, that's going to be brilliant if I can get this to work. No, Gemma, not to the side. Inside. So there's a moving, like if we could get the head of, say, the scientist guy, like halfway through, we'd have a moving freaking head in there. Oh, is that possible? Oh, see, we got the bars. And the bot could come in and out, you know what I mean? But if we could get one of the NPCs in the screen, then we have an actual, like, monitor. Oh, that would be killer. All right, give me a minute. Let me think about this for half a second. All right. All right. So, how much room do I have? That's the tough part. That's the tough part. It'd have to come in through. All right, the head would probably have to be somewhere here, right? Oh, why do you have to be right there? Why couldn't you have been thinner? All right, how much room do I have? Okay, so all right, first off, we need to break out one of the guys. Where are you? Where are you located these days? You are here. All right, so if I bring you out and you are here, you are where in relationship to you? Oh, come on. I think we could get this to work. I totally think we can get this to work. I could even, it looks like I might even be able to squeeze two things in there. I mean, because in size wise, in comparison, I mean, I could. All right, so that's getting in my way because we're phasing there, so that's understandable. But I think where does my cursor break from that? Where does my cursor? Can I get under that desk with my cursor? What am I hitting? Am I hitting? Is that bubbled? All right, yeah, okay, it is bubbled there. All right, where am I? Small side screen. I think I could do it with a smaller side screen. Okay, we're gonna have to try this. I'm sorry. I need a minute. All right, let's move him down here. All right, we have everything we need here, right? We have our walls in the back. This. But I won't know in time. Put that in So I'd have to get that lined up first, because this is here. And that, but he doesn't show up until I build it. Alright, where are you in location to what? How am I going to know that? Alright, so right now, the back of that is on there. That is in my halfway line, which would put that too far forward. But he is in that line of this right there. I would also have to shrink this so that I think the, so that the desk doesn't show through. And if it's a geck, I'm going to have to raise it up. I think you broke him. Okay, hold on. All right, remove you. Add in a short wall. Add in a floor. Move the short wall. Add in another floor for cursor. Move you. Slide you under. Which definitely means we're going to have to shrink that. You can see it already. Yeah, we're going to have to shrink that. Although, what do you got going on here? Place that in there. Come up to you and nothing. Uh-oh. Where are you? Oh, wait. Okay, so that puts you outside. Okay, so if I bring you back to that thick shadow line, that should put you in line. We need to raise you up, which means I need to put you in on the floor that you're on, drag the screen in later, which means I need to shrink that, which is a bummer. Okay, so, or we shim. Alright, so let's move that. Because I know I can shrink the desk and then keep the science guy. The same size. But, and then the only way I'd be able to do this would be to shrink it anyway, because I'd need to be able to tether in the, wow, still not, huh? Alright, let's remove this. Let's get this prepped for it. Okay, so remove that. Grab, we need a small wire. Small wire. Bam. Let me grab the science guy again. Bam. Copy the wire. I don't know how this is going to work. Alright, we're going to have to find a reference. Oh, shit. How is this going to work? Alright, because you need to be... And which are you? Am I looking at the back of it if I put it in this way? We need to come down... Yeah, no, we should be able to get past that and then drop past the collision bubble. So we should be good. Okay. So, if we take you and let's just... we'll put you here for now. I don't know what it's going to do, but... We're going to try. And that is going to leave me at the back of it. Okay, that's what I thought. So let's just turn that. Now that we've built it, we can move it whenever we need to. So, let's put you right there. Let's do that. That puts you right there. Now, we get rid of all this stuff in the back because we don't need it at the moment. Bang, bang. Jump over here. Move around there. That. Do this. Connect. And drop. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, now we know we can place our screen in without any weird bubble collision. I like that. Bang. And where are you living? Are you where we need you to be? No. Okay, so you need to move further back. Gotcha. Alright, so you are now going to move from that one reference. We now bring you back here to this reference right here. And then we see what do you do. We could tether this too if we needed to. Right? Just draw a short, draw a scaled down wire to where we need it. And then go in the same directions, actually. We could, once we place in our part. And setting tethers in that, that's not difficult. Granted, once you get your placement, you kind of want to be where you're going to be. You know what I mean? And then just work with the screen and your frame. Alright, so now we're beneath the, our cursor's away from the collision bubble. Which means we can now screw up our glitch. Have to start all over again! Because the wire just frickin' deleted everything there, apparently. Alright, so at least we know kind of now where we need to be reference-wise, right? We should have, where's our wire? Where the hell's our wire go? There it is. And what? I gotta look away from it, right? Alright. We're gonna go here. Bang. And we're gonna go here. Here. What a pain in the rear, but when it's done, hopefully it will be cool. And I should have probably got the science guy first. Because it'll be easier to animate him. Think about that. Then, where's our stuff that we need? Okay, we gotta go a little bit further back. This might work. This might freaking work. Alright, a little further back. Gotcha. With the science guy. Alright, so get rid of you. Move you. This then. Actually, why do I have this? We don't need this here. We're seeing something else. We do not need all of that. Let's make our lives a little bit easier anyway. Bink, 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 and oops. Again, this is just, I have a feeling it's going to be, easier to do. And that's the other problem. I'm wondering if whether or not, when you walk by, if it'll animate, or if you're going to have to go through, some sort of weird trickery. Damn it. What if I turn that off to the left a little bit? Yeah, see, because he's too behind the bar. Now we're getting into hand placement. If I bring this... Good, alright, no. Let's try to turn the character a little bit. A little further back. He's right there, right? Yeah. See? Until he does that. Get him! Leaning forward, his head pops through. Alright, let's try and turn that. Alright, let's do that. Let's move you. Turn you to face that. And then try that again. Okay. This may not work. It'd be awesome if it did, but the more I'm looking at it, because he leans forward and does stuff, I don't know if we'd be able to hide. Yeah, so now we're getting away here. We're not bubbled. We're not lifting or anything. That's good. Ah, damn it. And that takes that. Shit. Alright, so the wire, if you get lost, if that happens. What about you? Instead. No, because well, maybe. You kind of look like a news anchor. If I could get that to work, that'd be better. Oops. And you don't lean forward. Okay. Might just be a question of which person to put in here, you know what I mean? Yeah, because he doesn't do any sort of leaning. He does turn. Do you do any, sticking your hand out or anything weird? Are you checking your nails? Alright. Guys, I really wish I had some music or something in the background for you guys to listen to. On Monday, I'm going to try to do the ambient music again, just to have something going. Shite. Yeah, see? Damn it. Alright. Always when I'm trying to figure out something, I swear. And again, why I just incessantly talk most of the time. I feel bad that there's no real ambient noises on, and I don't know if my headset volume has any effect on the game's volume overall. And actually, you know what? Let me look into that in a minute. Aha, see, you're too far back. Oh no, I didn't activate them, damn it. But you're still too far back. Where are you? Did you come in tiny? I think you came in tiny. Son of a gun. There he is. Ooh, a little further back, maybe. No, because you know what? We need the poster in there. We need all of that in there. And I think by the time that gets in there, it's going to be too close, you know? We're not going to have enough screen room. All right. How do I? Okay, so that means I got to figure out where to put the screen before I start thinking about add-ons. Yeah, the gamma. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I think after the poster, he'll have to be too far forward. I'm wondering if I can even just get the face into the poster, you know, just to kind of. I was hoping for sort of like, you know, an actual moving thing in there, but what about the gun? All right, you know what? We gotta put the poster in. We're jumping ahead of ourselves. That's the problem. We're jumping ahead of ourselves. Okay, let's back up. Calm down. Don't forget the idea, but let's get our poster positioning set up. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take, and this is what we did last time, we're going to start with this idea, and then we may need to change it. I'm going to take that. Actually, no, because we split the floor, we need to do it in the halfway point. Because if I do it this way, well, we'll try it first and we'll see what happens. There's only one way to do it, though. All right, so bink, 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 but I think I have to put it in the halfway point. Bink, and bink, and bink would bring me way too far back. Oh no, because then we add in the, yeah, okay, no, this might work. Now we're going to add in our light floor. But we need something before the light floor, which is going to be you. And then that's going to have to disappear so we can see where that lands. Get rid of all of you for now. Get rid of you for now. And again, why am I saying "and again" so often? I used to say it to something else, and it used to bother the crap out of me. You know, that was the one I was using a lot. You know what I mean? You know. Now, if we drop in our light, where are we? We are nice and centered. Poster, we're going to have to do 2 or 3 posters here, I think. We're going to have to do 3 posters. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Let's add in a holding screen. Let's get rid of this for now. Let's grab a poster. And oddly enough, you are not phasing. Why is... I don't understand that. It really kind of is weird, but we'll deal with it as we go. Now, I have a feeling we're going to need to go more than 1 poster. So 1, 2, 3. And this could be a problem. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I remember I can go right over this. It's not even a problem. No big deal at all. Never mind. Forget I said anything. So now we're going to get rid of posters we don't need. And hope we don't delete the one we do need. We lost 1 with the removal of the light, so there we go. Alright, now we're going to take our screen. We're going to drop that in and see where everything lands. So we're going to, oops, we need our floor panel back in there. I wish the coloration would work. Take care, Flying Brian. Thank you for stopping in. If you go into a big bubble, see, the problem is leaning forward and the, you know, any movement, you know, it has to be, I mean, we could hide him in a bubble pipe. We put him a little further back because of the curve, but I don't know. We'll try that later, though. That does sound like a fun idea. All right, so now we're taking our screen to see if we are where we need to be. Okay. That. So we got down here. Drop that in there. And check our positioning. Poster's in the wrong spot, but it also is in the right spot. Does that make sense? Oh, I totally flubbed that. Why did I delete that light? Biscuit. There, 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 there. That. That. 3 posters. Gonna have to go up some. I should have seen where the screen was. And again, I'm more concerned about, are we in the right spot? You know, like, is the poster going through is more what I'm concerned about than anything else. Like, I don't care if it's centered at the moment. That we can figure out later. That's, you know, that's not super difficult. Alright, so now we come up here. We should have lost one of the posters with the deletion of the light. Which then, if we look over the top, looks like we got 2 left over. That's correct. Get behind. We've had one deleted. That's correct. Now we're going to put our screen back in. So we figured out casing, we figured out placement, we're at the edge of everything we need to be at, we're in the middle of the floor panel. Now we're just doing decoration. Well, no, I'm sorry, now we're doing the back of the screen. I apologize. This is actually the, you know, the imagery. Okay, so we're going to have to add in potentially 4 posters. All right. Or we're going to have to reset our block. And I'm going to leave that other poster in there for now because, you know, it doesn't really matter. For the moment, you know what I mean? For what we are testing. It doesn't matter at the moment. Alright, so it looks like 4 posters. And then, please tell me you're going to be hidden. I know when you are. There you are. And you would need more than 1 light at that level. Oh, I remember. Never mind. I'm a moron. I forgot about something. Okay, I forgot something. It's okay. It does happen. Nobody's perfect. All right. Damn it. I'm like, oh, that's right. I forgot something. All right, so we're gonna do this again. What I forgot to do was this. I forgot to raise it up 1. A half paver rather, excuse me. I forgot to raise it up to paver height, which is going to help us. Oop. There we go. Like, why is something funky? I know it shouldn't be. What got funky on me? There we go. That's a little better. All right, what did I say? We got to do a total of 4 screens. Or 4, yeah, but, you know, 4 posters rather. Yeah, see now how this one is. So, 1. And I have a feeling we're crooked there. 1, and I'm going to add 3 more. 2, oop, 1, shoot, 2, 3. And then we'll get rid of all that. Grab that. We may need to count that again, but we'll connect to that. And since this doesn't need to be perfect at the moment, well, Bear, what's going on? And I missed that altogether. Okay. Oh, I apologize. Technical difficulties. My brain's not working. What the? Oh, where am I putting this? I guess is the question. Is it not now? Am I putting it back there, or am I putting it in the front area, which is what I think I was forgetting about? I was putting it more forward. All right, I'm an idiot. This is why I should have just left that other part there. That's that. Then this goes on top of that. I put it in the other spot. And then that goes to that. That deletes there, that rises up there. That goes to there, that goes here, this goes there. That goes there. One block back. Now we're where we need to be. That's there, and here, and there. And so we don't have to do that again. 1, 2, 3. Grab the poster. Remove, oop, nope, copy the light. Remove that. That takes care of that poster. Oh, what did Kevin forget to do? But let's just see something. I just want to double check on the measurement before I start doing the posters again. Because watch me, I did something wrong. Actually, I could probably bring it up here a little bit, but this is the reference we use, so we should probably stay with that. And it's actually a minute move, I noticed. It's actually not that much of a move. And I did it wrong again. Ah! I keep going to the far back one because that's the original I kept doing. It's actually right here is where I need to be. I keep doing that. It's going to drive me insane. Hey, look at that. That's better. Oh, actually, look at that. No, we're good. We don't need to add multiple posters. All right, so we're good. Now, all right, so put the block in the middle. We're going to do one of these from start to finish. So, yeah, I call it my gears are slipping. I'm like, oh, my gears are slipping. And then if we light that, we should be nice and centrally lit. And like last time, we were only lighting kind of the bottom portion of it. Now we should have a nice centrally lit. Yeah, perfect. The backlight works perfect. Poster's got to go down a little bit. I think we need to just go underneath the bar to what it looks like. And then we should be pretty centered there. So everything is nice and centered. All right. And not the poster at the moment, obviously, but everything else. So the singular screen looks like I've got a technique for this now. That is pretty usable for most people. You know, it's if you know universal adjacency, we've got that. You got to have a floor at some point, right? Did we need to do that? I don't remember. We needed to do the half floor. I think we did for something. I think it was it for placement of this? No. I remember having to do it for some reason. Might have been to line up the small floor, right? Damn it, he showed up small. They do that sometimes. You just kind of have to either wait, come back, return. All right, we're gonna have to. I think a save and a reload might do the trick here. We'll walk away and come back, see what happens. But we'll still do a save just because we have a good spot. All right, maybe he'll. Sometimes they'll go back to scale. Yep, there we go. All right, so too far back. Good to know. Your feet are in a central location. So what if I bring you forward, like, say to here? Okay, looks like we're going to be right in our same reference above that. Oh, I'm small. We're going to have to get raised up, too. Alright, let's see here. Too far forward. Hmm. Looks like a very, very fine line with this. Super fine line. Hmm. Yeah, and I'm going to lose reference shimming them. Oh, we put them in after. Never mind. Yeah. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking here. Where you know what? I'm going to. Oh shoot! How am I going to do this and still have a reference? Well, we know he's got to go to at least somewhere in this vicinity, right? Yeah. This is going to be a drag. All right. Yeah, this is going to be manual placement nightmares. I can sense it already. I feel it. Feel it in my bones. It'd actually be great if they stayed that small. Although now I have no access to it. I don't know if I'm being collision bubbled. I think I am. Alright. Yeah, I don't think we have enough room. Yeah, we're not going to have enough room. If I could figure out another way to do this, I mean, we could make, yeah. Because, yeah, once the poster's in there, that sort of takes up, although, it looks like I've got, what if we should move back? You know what I mean? Start a little further back, add more posters. So, like, I wonder if I move, now if I move a full block back, but yeah, I don't think this, as much as I would like this to be possible, I don't think it is. But I think if I could potentially, The only other thing I'm thinking is forget the character, which would be rather unfortunate. But what if we could... Nah, again, too far out. Too big, too bulky. Because everything needs to, whatever is... Wait a minute. 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 We may need to do something different. I don't know if it'll work though. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to hide the remaining. Okay, let's try this. So he needs to be that little, just a little bit of that needs to be showing. That needs to come around to about where the box is. Okay, so if we, oops, move you there, put the floor back in here, move you to, can we hide it with peripherals? You know what I mean? Can I hide this with other stuff? No, because that's going to stick out, isn't it? Screen's going to end up there, which would put a bunch of crap in the front. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that would not work. Although, wait a minute. I need to shrink that stuff. So maybe it... Yeah, I think once the screen... And, I'm just testing this the way it is, just so I can see. And then I have an idea of how we can figure out where that might go. But let me try something here. Grab this. I know all that stuff's going to stick out right now. That might... The thing is can we get the character at least in the... At least into... Look at that. All right. Ah, damn it. And what's going to happen? Oh, only when you're scaled down, apparently. Good to know. Too far outside the parameters. Yeah. I mean, that's a minute move. By the time it, yeah. No. Damn it. But something is also not right here either. What is not right here? Oh. Screen had to go back a little bit because the collision bubble of him was in the way. Yeah. I don't see it being possible. I do not, unfortunately. But I will continue to play with it, but that is not our main objective. Our main objective is a standard screen that people can use. Alright, so we're going to rotate this around, and I think we're going to drop it to under here. Get rid of the poster, get rid of the light for now. We're going to double check on all of our measurements, and then we're going to start fresh. We're going to try to get this ironed out as an actual technique, which I then will, post instead of all this part. I mean, the lucky, though, I don't know if I would call you lucky, but since you're here seeing it, you don't really need to watch the tutorial again. You've seen me create it. We could come back on that. Or actually, we could go a little bit forward on that, rather. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, I think we might need to adjust the block. I think that might be what we need to do. Might be a little bit. And again, if the rendering would be the same, there we go. Because we're going to cover, I think, that other bit. We could make the poster a little smaller too. I think that other stuff is going to get covered with wall and whatnot. You got to be super careful everything you do. Oh. There we go. That's better. Hey, it almost even looks centered. So yeah, that's the line for the poster. Okay, we have a singular screen ready to go. This is, and it all starts with. Yeah, we could lower it a little bit even, but we're pretty much right on where we need to be. All right, so, and it all starts with the case. Everything that we do starts with the casing. So, with that in mind, how did we have this before? Something's different. What did I do? Something different. What's different? What's different? I know it's different. Alright, again, we have our idea though. We know what we're doing. I just put it in the wrong spot. I remember why we split the floor now. Alright, now I remember. Okay, that's why we split the floor. Alright, okay. See, this is why we gotta do what we're doing. So this is how I make, how I would go about figuring it out and then making a tutorial. Yeah, I know, I'm starving, bro. I gotta eat some foods. So we're gonna halfway this. There's a reason we halfway this, I'm pretty sure, isn't there? No. Alright. What did I lose? Yeah. No, because if I halfway that, that's still going to be the same reference, right? Am I down to... Remember we had less space. Or is it the first one? Maybe it was the first one I went to. Yeah, I'm losing my mind again. There it is. We're not in the center on this one. It was here, which then was the first one, not the second one. There it is. Okay. Now we're back in business. It was just our reference. Now we're back in business. Okay. So with that in mind, now we know right where this is going to be. Hold on one second. Got a call coming in. Folks, I'll be right back. Yo, you need me to move out of that car? Sorry about that, folks. I had to move my car. There was a parking issue last night. Somebody took my space. So, I apologize. I apologize. Did Casey show up? Did I miss something? Anyway, my apologies. I had to go do that. Now, of course, this is not going to snap here because it's grumpy. Why are you being grumpy? You're being grumpy. Should snap onto that sidewall, but it is. Oh, well. It is not. And I bet you if I remove the planter, it will magically drop into place. Or not. What if I got to put one in before the other one? Apparently it just doesn't want to go there. Period. Alright. Odd. What is going on there? Well, stack. That's not upside down. Interesting. So, oh, that would make sense. I'm like, why the hell is it not going there? All right, there we go. Now we're back in business. All right. I was like, that makes zero sense. All right, let's get our case in. That way we know what we're doing. Now we're going to do the block again, because this is the last part that we need for the regular screen. Alright, so that, and that backs one. That goes up a paver. There we go. Actually, we don't need you now. Oh. Hey, idiot, remember that block you left there? Yeah, actually, you know what? It's good to start fresh because we never know what's going on with this stuff. All right, now we're going to do the light panel. I'm going to do that. I still don't remember why I had to have the floor. I don't think I need to. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, no, I have the... I remember why I halved the floor now. Because I was pushing it back. This is on this, right on this seam, so... Alright. Now I remember about placement for that. Damn it. What is your major malfunction today? There we go. And then a poster. This we're definitely going to have to do at least two. 1, 2. because it decides to phase weirdly. Oh, because I have a block there. You never know what the hell is going to happen. So let's do that again. See? We had the block behind there, so... Although, wait a minute, there we go, okay. And I could see it's totally twisting. The unfortunate thing is a lot of the fiddliness is due to some weird game mechanics. You know, if I put a poster on a flat surface, it should lay flat. Should not have to worry about it, you know, getting all weird and cockeyed. So that was just one poster. Again, we're just trying to get our definitive bits in. Oh, I lost everybody? Dang, I went from 12 to 2. That's all right, I had to do that. I had to move my car. And 2 means 1, because I'm one of the 2. What the hell? Okay, so that's gotta come. So back 1 is too much. What did we do different? Although we could do the poster trick. Alright, let's just do the poster trick. I'd like to keep it more, you know, more in line, but it doesn't seem to be. Oh, I know what we could do. So 1 back. A paver. Gotcha. What time is it? Actually, I do also have other things I have to accomplish today at some point. But for now, I'm going to enjoy this. Alright, let's see where we lay there. That's just finding that continuous spot, you know what I mean, that reference, so that people can not have to struggle as much. See, I don't have a dinner time. I eat at some point in the day. What did I? What's different? What did we do different? What is different? What is different? Is it the halfway? Probably the halfway. We had it. We had it. But that is a halfway, so what? That doesn't make any sense. Never mind. It's not that. Can't be that then. That's because that is the halfway. Damn it. No. Sometimes the PS5 controller is like overly sensitive. Alright, back it up one. Raise it up. This is what we did, and it seemed to be fine, so I'm somewhere off on my reference. Must have been that halfway point. It's gotta be that halfway point. But it doesn't make any sense. Raise that up. Sometimes I wonder. I can't see a damn thing half the time with this coloration. It's horrible. Alright, there's that. Then you come in. This is what we did last time. We went back one. We added the screen. We dropped this back. 1, 2, 3. We'll go back 4. Just get it out of our way. Now we'll add in the posters. Well, I guess we'll do the 3 poster thing, but that. Well, first we got to do the 1. That's always the best way to do it. 1. Okay. That goes to there. And then you frustration. It's like I had it. What happened? I lost it. It was like perfectly placed. Alright, if our post is there, what the hell happened? Something happened. What am I missing? Was it the additional 3 posters? 1, 2, 3? That can't be it. Which we shouldn't have to do that either. I don't want to have to add like multiples except for the shimming portion if we don't have to. Was it the top of this instead? It shouldn't have been. It should have been the bottom. No, we're way off. Alright, so we're off with our block. Alright, let's try something. I don't know what I did differently. We had it perfect. We had it freaking bloody perfect. Maybe it was it. Because again, now we're dealing with block size to this, that, and the other thing. We had it. I think this might be it. The only way to really tell is actually just to leave that where it is. Grab that, do this, grab that, do that. What the hell? What changed? What am I doing different? We just had it perfect. What am I doing wrong? What did I miss? I mean, I know the halfway one. I know that reference. That's... which should be... You know what? What the hell changed? I'm going to have to go back and watch this. All right, well, it's about time I need to get going for now. I am going to come back later, I think. Nasty, what's going on? Yeah, I need to rewatch this because I did. We had it perfect. We had it absolutely perfect with, each placement part, and then it was, add a poster, we're good. But somewhere along the line, I skipped something. All right, guys, I'm going to say thank you very much for hanging out. I do need to continue to refine this. We had it. We really did had it. You saw it. I'm going to rewatch it and figure it out again. So I will be back a little bit later. I got 1 o'clock now. It's Sunday. I'm going to be back sometime later. So just keep an eye out. Just, another chill stream, just trying to refine this technique. So until next time, thank you again for hanging out and enjoy the rest. We will see you hopefully sometime later on. All right. Until then, this has been me, Kevin C., wishing all of you out there in the No Man's Skyverse a little bit of love, peace, and Starship Grease. We'll see you in a little while. Take care.